Well, good morning there. How's everybody doing on this Wednesday, January 26, 2022? Do you guys realize that it's not going to be too awfully long? 11 months. But we'll be saying good morning on this December 26, 2022. That's crazy. Time goes by fast. Hey, I got to admit, I didn't have a drink one last night, and I feel hungover this morning. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe not enough sleep or something, but I truly do. So if I sound a little hungover, not enough drinking, that's right. Sounding hungover is not enough. Being hungover is what counts. Good morning, JW. There you go. I feel better already. I feel better already. Hey, TC2000 here is having a bit of troubles today, and it's not giving us real-time data, so I can't really see where everything is. But the futures suggest that we are up. Last time I saw, I don't know, I saw 400 at one time and a lot of 350s, 370s earlier, but anyway, the futures seem to be up. They're not going to go down the next 30 minutes, so I'm not worried about that. VIX. Boom. VIX. It would sure be nice to see this pop down here. And see, we don't have any. I'll even try a different chart, but I don't think that's going to matter. Let's try this one. Does this work? Yeah. I'm afraid the real-time features boogered up here today on TC2000. So with the futures being up, with the market popping up a little bit this morning, that'll bring the VIX down. And honestly, outside of this red band below here would sure make me happy. In the red band is dangerous, and above the red band is, well, that's just real dangerous. So I don't know. Is real dangerous worse than dangerous, or is dangerous just dangerous? I don't know. So I'm not going to change my tune. I'm going to be the same way. We are set up for a relief rally here, and a relief rally we are getting today. The big thing will be, will that relief follow through? Now here's another thing. If you're long something already, and you're making money, just protect that money. If you are not long something and this market is popping up, don't get caught in the I'm afraid to miss out of anything, so you jump in too high. So nothing wrong with being long, a relief rally. Relief rallies, ton of money can be made in relief rallies. Just make sure that they're set up right. Don't chase, okay? Also, on the daily, until we get above the Trendicator, I'm going to be extremely cautious. Extremely cautious. And then I'll just simply watch and see if we fall below the Trendicator, or will the dots turn red. If the dots turn red, I get back into a bearish mode. If the dots are green, I get back into a bullish mode. There is no doubt today the hourly chart is going to trigger buys because it will be above the Trendicator, no doubt at all. And it's very possible that the 3-bar chart starts to trigger that as well. And that, I think that would be kind of a cool thing if that happens. And that could run us up, and then we still have this area right through here, about 460, that we need to watch out for, okay? All righty. I just have a few charts I'm looking at this morning. Some actually were on the watch list previously, and they just kind of floating to the top a little. And then there might, like CF here, I think is new. But truthfully, I think all the others were on the watch list. So but take a look at CF here. Let's get rid of that. Start all over. Start over. There we go. So CF is clearly, you don't need any kind of a trend line. You don't need any kind of moving average. You can see that this is trending up here. We could put a bit of a channel on here, I think. So let's do this. Move that up. Nice little channel there. And if everything continues to go the way the channel goes, this is what we're looking at. and there's no reason to think anything's going to change. Three things that could change is one, we could just blow that channel up here and take off. Another thing is we could come back down and fail. I don't see that happening here, but it's possible. Another thing is we could certainly move up and then just continue to do that, or just simply to float sideways in there a little bit. But either way, it looks like CF Industries here is channeling up quite nice. And excuse me, I'm telling you, it feels like I've been up drinking all night. I really didn't. Iced tea, maybe. So we've got a nice little bounce here off this trend line, also off the 50-period moving average. We can put a little bit of a trend in here, downtrend, and you can see we've broken out, so this makes this a nice little buy. I get asked all the time, well, where do we think this chart's going to go, like a target and such. My first choice is simply to follow price, but if we need something, let's go look at a monthly chart. I just want to see if there's anything on the left. There's nothing there. So we're actually breaking out and getting into some all-time new highs. So clearly, this first little bump here is something we're going to have to get over. The trade is not from here to here. The trade is from here and up. That's where you make some money. So if you need something up here to hang your sky hook on, then just do this. TC2000, do they? Oh, come on already. I messed this one up. I don't want to delete that. I don't want to delete them all. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. TC2000 has got this cool little tool over here called Fibonacci projection line, and I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to take it from these lows right here and run it up to these highs right here, like that. And then just take this and bring it down to these lows right in here. Doesn't matter which one, they're down there. And none of these lines up here are precise. So don't get all hooked onto a sky hook. To start with, there's no such thing as a sky hook. But they do give you some idea of where price might like to move to. You can mark all those lines if you want. I typically don't do that. We'll delete that. There we go. So there's some possible targets. We have to get through 74.60 first, which I would not use that as a target. It's not enough money. But look up here at 80.25, 86.5, 91 up here. That could make some pretty good money. So let's just take this from right here, go all the way up to the top. That's a 29% move. Not that it's going to go there, but that's the path that I see to profit. So we might be able to play the swings in this as it starts moving up. So swing, it will pull back. Swing, it will pull back. Swing, something like that. Also, for traders that live through the pullbacks, just make sure you use price support. So if you've got a good price candle here or multiple candles and we pull back, make sure you have that line in there. You don't want it to pull all the way back. That's just watching yourself get poked in the eyes, all that is. So make sure you move that stop up in with support. Okay. FANG. Hey, look, oil stock. Oh, what have we here? I think it's picking up some of the pre-market stuff, not all. So FANG, this is one of those energy stocks. Energy really did a great job yesterday. And right now, I think it's going to continue to a good job for a day or two, maybe. Could be even longer. Can't predict that far down. But man, that sure is a nice trade there. Here's a question I get asked also an awful lot, and we talk about this. You don't want to be going after stocks that's been up 3 days. I get that, okay? But there are some times when that becomes it's just a piece of what we're talking about. So 3 days, we're at resistance, maybe not the best place to buy it. But if it breaks out, Well, what that does is that changes, whoops, that was the wrong thing. That changes the dynamics of it because it broke out. That is some serious strength when that happens. So what I'm going to do is pull down to that high right here, yesterday's close. So this becomes the buy box in here. Let's just get this thing out of there. So if this was to rest a little bit, that's another thing. 3 days up, if it rests, that it starts again. That cycle starts again. So I think this is still a great looking chart. I think it's still got some nice upside. Notice how it was in a little bit of flat trading, maybe even angled to the downside. Here's something I do often is I know I put my line right here, but something I do a lot is I'll use the moving averages, or really the Trendicator a lot. And I'll use the T-line a lot. I'm just looking for those averages is what I'm looking for. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to get a drink. No, not bourbon either. So you can see there we broke out. See the very nice Trendicator working. Excellent. We got a little bit underwater. We've come back on top of the water, and it looks like we're swimming to shore. So let her go. APA is another one. Beautiful, beautiful chart. Here, we're just now at that edge of breaking out. Watch for a little bit of a rest maybe, or we're close enough to the breakout. This changes. You know, the whole careful not to chase 3 bars. So once we break out, it changes because it builds a new supporting area, a strong supporting area. USO, I guess I have a lot of oil on here, sorry. USO, this was mentioned by one of the members, Aaron, in the trading room last night, the webinar. What a beautiful chart. If you want to see a picture of a 3/8 trap, this is a good one. Print it out, put it on your wall, put it somewhere. That's a good picture if you need to see a good picture of a 3/8 trap. And it's not just right here. Look how this rallied up, 3/8 trap. We rallied up again, 3/8 trap. Rallied up again, actually came back into a 3/8 trap. Up again, 3/8 trap. That's perfect. That's what we call a T-line run. Look how many bars have held without closing above the T-line. A whole bunch of them. Okay, I'm not going to count them. A whole bunch of them. That's called a T-line run. If you're following the Trendicator, you'll see that we don't talk about that too much as a Trendicator run. But you'll see a lot of charts where we're running that Trendicator up and then the trades are in this area. The T-line is one of those helping hands. WS in here, Williams. Right now, I'm seeing for a swing trade of about 15. And again, I've got really no idea where pre-market is. So here's my pre-market marks, bid and ask. So I'm going to assume it's in here, but I really don't know where it is. So from the bottom of yesterday's candle to the 200, close to the 50 here, about 15.5%. So in a perfect world, that would make a good buy area. And that would put us close to that 15.5% right up into there. So WSN looking awfully, awfully good. Alrighty, I think that's about it. Hey, I want to thank everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you all in about 25 minutes when this market opens up, okay? Guys, take care. Appreciate it.